Your right hand above your left hand, thumbs lightly touching each other. Your lips are touching but not completely closed tightly. Your tongue is relaxed, resting on the top of your mouth at the palate behind the teeth. Your eyes are slightly closed or slightly open. And if that's not comfortable for you and you prefer to close your eyes completely, that's perfectly fine, as far as you're not falling asleep. Okay? So take a moment and let's set a motivation first. So create a positive motivation for this meditation session. Think that you're meditating not just for your individual benefit, but you're taking the time now to meditate and develop your own mind to become a wiser, kinder person, able to be a benefit of all beings. So take a minute or two. Start by practicing bare attention, scanning of the body. Start from the bottom of your feet. Slowly scan yourself all the way up to the crown of your head. Again, be mindful of how you're sitting, be comfortable, relaxed. When you do gain a deeper level of concentration or you feel you are there a little bit, focus and loosen your concentration slightly, just to emphasize the element of mindfulness in your meditation a little more strongly. Allow your mind to be attentive and observant of whatever comes to notice, regardless of what it is. Do not identify with any mental elements arising. Simply observe them like a tourist. Allow them to arise as you observe them and pass away without getting involved. Just be aware. Now, just allow your mindful attention to expand, to encompass your entire sphere of experiences, of consciousness. Forget for a moment that there is an observer and something is being observed. Simply imagine your experience, your consciousness, as big as a sky. Completely clear, vast, spacious, without end. And concentrate on this experience. Identify with this experience. Look at the clarity, the spaciousness, and the awareness. Again, like a nice, spacious, beautiful sky, minds are completely clear. The light of the sun shines down on us through this clear sky. Our awareness and wisdom shines through the clarity of our minds. Sometimes the clouds fill the sky and obscure the sunshine. But the sky doesn't get upset. The sky does not identify with those clouds. The sky does not judge. The clouds just pass through the spacious sky. They come and they go. The clarity and the spaciousness of the sky isn't compromised by the clouds. They just arise and pass. Our minds are clear and aware and spacious just like the sky. When a thought or emotion or an idea or an image or a sensation arises in your mind, you observe it, let it rise, and let it pass. Each thought, each mental event is just like that cloud. Your mind is as big as the sky, spacious, and concentrate on that experience of space and bliss. Whenever we identify with and are carried away with uncontrollably by a thought or a feeling, we lose any awareness of that spacious clarity of our mind. Our perspective becomes small and constricted. It is as if all there is are clouds. We sort of lost the sky. We lose that wonderful open spaciousness. When we can simply observe these thoughts and feelings arising without getting involved, when we can identify with the sky instead of the clouds, then we can reside in that spacious purity of our basic clear mind, calm and clear and peaceful, open and spacious. Without agitation, without delusions, without anxiety and distress, without dissatisfaction, attachments, and aversions. So let's dedicate all this positive energy you've created through this practice of mindful meditation to becoming a better and a better person who is more at peace in life, who can bring more peace and well-being to others in every moment of every day. Slowly bring your attention back to the class. Anybody would like to share positive, negative, obstacles? Please feel free to. Next 2 or 3 minutes, we can kind of discuss it.
I had lots of thoughts, more than I usually do.
Okay. So we talked about that thoughts do come because you have been, like it or not, thinking about those things for a long time. And so the tools we use today are the tools to say, quiet down. They're just like those clouds. Those, when you look at the sky and the clouds come, those are your thoughts. But if you look at the sky, clean sky, and know those clouds are coming, but they'll pass away, they'll slowly start to subside. They'll go away. See? Then you had a success. Any other concerns, questions?
As an observation, I thought I had an itch in my back, and I just, instead of being impulsive and scratching it, I just let it be there. And then the pain in my knee took over, and I realized the itch in my back just kind of went away.
Well, you observed it, right? And that, again, this is why a lot of people get into, conditioning somebody and all that, because they say that if you're physically a little pliant, it kind of helps you mentally too, because you're not used to sitting certain way. Those things will happen. But as you practice more and more and more, you'll be amazed how those things you can manage it really good. And that's why sitting down comfortably is one of the reasons, so that you're not distracted. Imagine some people who do it for a long time or many, many sessions, it's hot outside, you start to sweat and you start to itch, and then the sneeze comes and the train passes by, and it's like, okay, where's that calmness? Okay, but that's busy mind still is going all over the place. And we have to say, yep, that was a train. Go, let me come back to my class again. You're keeping on training your mind to do that. And when you do that more often, or when you practice, you'll find that you can go there quicker. And once you're there, you start to feel that nice, calm serenity in it. And you'll see the nature of mind, how it can see things. And yet it gets you involved very quickly. It's amazing how within seconds, I tell people, if you can do it for 2 or 3 minutes, you have a success. We're not talking about days and hours like the meditators. We're talking about few seconds. If you can keep your mind stable for a while and just enjoy that moment before it catches on to a story. And then you have to say, oh, that's a story. That's a story too. And then you have to bring it right back. That's why it's a process. That's why it's so good to observe your mind. And it's interesting, your mind likes to go where it wants to go, right? It's habituated, so it wants to go to that story. It's attracted. It's got causes and conditions to go there. It's conditioned to go there. So this is why we practice this. These are simple techniques, but has profound results. If you just think about it, for a moment, people drive and never notice a house. I brought this up last class. It's because we don't pay attention. It's in a robotic cycle every day. Get up, go do this, boom, gone, right? And then one day you're walking, say, oh, I didn't know that house was there. It's the same way in your mind. It just brings you to that place, that moment, and just think, yes, I am here. I am sitting down. I'm in a class. There are many of us all doing the same thing. We're learning. This is good for me. And then all of a sudden, then you have an intention that you want to do this. You drove here to learn this. So you're setting a motivation. And it has a very profound result because you want to do it. Just like a diet or just like exercising or whatever it may be. You set in mind to do it, then you do it. And then you have to practice it, right? So hopefully these handouts will help you, okay? There is a very similar exercise I have. It's called Mind Like an Ocean. Time permitting, we'll go through it. But I'm going to go through a third one, actually number 7. It's a very good technique. This technique is from advanced level studies of Buddhism, but it is excellent for calming your mind before meditation. It kind of prepares you for meditation, okay? So it's called 9-point breathing meditation. So I will explain you first, okay? So just kind of work with me on this a little bit, okay? I'm going to talk about channels. We're going to talk about 3 channels. So spinal column, just like the size of a straw, okay? It goes from your nose, behind your eyebrows, down to the bottom, 4 fingers below your navel, just like a straw, like a hook of an umbrella handle, just like that. Okay? And there is a right channel and a left channel adjacent to it that goes down. all the way below. And they go also from the right nostril goes to the right channel, the left nostril goes to the left nostril. And there's also this middle one that goes from both nostrils straight down like we talked about. Just visualize it and just stay with me on this. Again, we talked about channels and energy and material, and meridians and so forth. But these are energy channels. And this technique, when you start to visualize it properly, will really help you calm your mind before meditation. Each channel has been given a color. So right channel is red in color. Okay, just think of it for a second. The left channel is white in color. In the central channel, the one in the middle, is blue in color. Okay. We're gonna go through it very slowly. It's not so complex as it sounds in the beginning when you haven't heard about this. So all again, just one more time, you're gonna be seated just like you are. I'm gonna walk you through this meditation like we have been, and we're gonna visualize these three channels, right? One straight down, size of a straw, the center channel. And there's two more on the sides. When they go down, the right and the left and the center, they merge in the middle. The right merges in the middle, the left merges in the middle. So it's like going from your nose, going down, and they kind of connect at the end. Okay? And this exercise we are going to do, some people may be familiar with other names, pranayam and all this stuff. Don't get complex in that. All it is a breathing technique. And they have found that some people, when they do this properly, are even able to control their respiration, temperature, and so forth. So it's a nice exercise. And these colors have a meaning behind it. And all we're going to do is I'm going to show you how you're going to take a breath, and I'm going to show you first. We're going to do 3 times on each nostril, and then 3 times from both nostrils. And so this is how it goes. You're going to take your index finger, right? You're going to hold on to your nostril. Okay, index finger, or ring finger, sorry. You can take any finger, but ring finger is kind of what they say. You can take this ring finger, you're gonna inhale nicely and slowly and visualize this beautiful breath going down. Okay, so you're inhaling all the way down. And then when you reach the bottom, you're going to switch your hand to the other nostril. And you're going to visualize air coming out, exhaling from the other nostril, right? So you're going to go out. With me? Not complex, right? So start with the left side, right? So this is just to show you first, and then we'll do it actually together, okay? So you're going to go and inhale first like this. That's 1. You do that 2 more times. So 3 times left side, right side with this hand, right? Then you're going to switch your hands. And you're going to go with the right one in. Left one in, sorry, my left. And then outside the right one. Exhale out. Make sense? Okay, so we do this opposite, right? So you and out. Then from this side, you're going to get and out. That's all there is to it, right? Then the third one is you're going to breathe in from both nostrils all the way down. And then breathe out from both nostrils. And you can visualize a couple of different things. When you breathe in, visualize this clear light going in you. When you breathe out, you're exhaling any kind of mental afflictions you have. Some people see a black smoke, whatever you want to visualize, get that out of your system. Remember, we talk about it, we have the ability to cleanse ourselves. We are able to manage our mind. This is a technique that you can really control very nicely. And it's a beautiful technique that when you get this breathing in and out, how many times you've given a speech or they tell you, take a deep breath. Okay, it will calm you down. It has a science behind it. Breathing is a great technique, and this is just nice and steady, and you're controlling your mind to go to a correct channel and breathing out. So one more time, very quickly, you're going to be positioned just the way you are normally sitting with your 7-point posture. You're going to be relaxed. You're going to take your left hand, put it on your left nostril, your ring finger. You're going to inhale from the right side, exhale from the left side. Correct? Makes sense? 3 times. So let's start that, okay? So I'm going to walk you through this meditation. Always create a positive intention first and think that you're meditating not just for your own individual benefit, but you're taking time now to meditate and develop your mind to become a wiser and a kinder person for yourself and for others. So always start with the bare attention and scan your body. Go through just quickly, making sure you're positioned fine, you're sitting in a good position. If you have any itches, get rid of them. This is a very helpful technique for relaxing the body and mind before developing the meditative concentration on any topic. So begin by visualizing 3 psychic channels or tubes within your body. The wind energy moves. The channels are round and hollow, the size of a straw. Very fine, smooth, flexible, and luminous. The central channel is blue. It starts at a point midway from your nose, midway between your eyebrows, and curves up and back along your inside of your skull like a handle of an umbrella, and then goes down inside of your spine to the point 4-finger width below your navel. The right channel is red and runs from the right nostril back and then downwards. Again, 4 fingers below the navel. The left channel is white in color and also runs from left nostril down along the left side of the spine, also at the end, 4 fingers below your navel. For this meditation, imagine that the ends of these 3 channels join together at this point, 4 fingers width below the navel. Focus for a moment on this visualization. Now holding the left nostril closed with the ring finger or an index finger, inhale slowly and fully through the right nostril. Imagine that you're sending the breath all the way down to the end of the right channel. Imagine that the breath flows from the right into the left channel as you move your index finger to the other nostril, the right nostril, and exhale. Now do this 2 more times. Now reverse the process, getting your right hand onto your right nostril, inhaling from the left side all the way down. And when you finish your inhalation, then switch your finger and exhale out of the right nostril. Please do this 2 more times. Now inhale slowly and deeply through both nostrils, sending the air down to the right and the left channels. As you exhale, imagine that the breath is expelled up and out through the central channel. As you breathe out, imagine that you're expelling all your impurities out through the point between your 2 eyebrows. When you're done, just stay there and imagine that all 3 channels are completely clean and luminous. Finally, dedicate your positive energy and insights to the well-being and happiness of your mind and for all others. Any input? Anything? Anybody have any experience that they would like to share with me?
The central channel, for some reason, my mind always made it turn out black,
Okay, so
not blue.
what you have to practice is try to see if you can make it blue. Okay?
Keep turning
So
out black.
keep trying it. The black will go away. Get that smoke out. It will become blue. So this is a great technique. You know, they have different names for it. They make it sound so esoteric and all that, but it's a simple technique, but has a immense power of calming down. Because your mind, you're doing so many things together. Your visualization is there. Colors kind of give you some kind of something to focus on. So your mind goes to your colors. Then they start to think, oh, there are 3 channels. So you're focused on 3 channels. You also have you're breathing in slowly and you're breathing out all your impurities. So all this sense of cleansing takes place. And it's amazing, just by taking those breaths, the mind settles down. It's occupied, it's focused, and it's mindful. It's a great technique. So even before you do meditation, you scan your body. Now you've gotten used to looking at very nicely, I'm seated, I'm on the earth, back is straight, look up, scan your body, your chest is going up and down as you breathe, shoulders are relaxed, you're not clenching anywhere, nice and relaxed head. So your 7 posture is beautiful. You're sitting in a chair same way. You don't have to be like this in your chair. You can be a little bit forward, but still feel comfort in having your back supported. Not a problem as far as it's straight. So that's scanning the body. You should now become familiar with breathing technique. You know that mind wants to give you stories, colors, purples and greens and whatever it does. You know, it wants you to nod off. You're tired at the end of the day. The body wants to go to sleep, but you become aware, saying, I'm here. I need to bring it back. I need to bring it back. So you learn to concentrate. We also saw the beautiful nature of mind. If you start to think that your mind is clear, spacious, like this beautiful sky, just nothing in there, right? You can think that way and know that thoughts do arise. Stories are there. I am here. So the stories do come, or you can observe them. And the beauty of this is you can choose that when you are on your own and you see something good and you know causes and conditions and actions, good things lead to good things. So when you start to say, I got caught up in that drama today, let it pass. This was a wonderful thing. You helped somebody. You are feeling good inside your mind. You can focus on that a little bit more. And you'll see that these techniques, when you do it several times, it need not be 20 minutes, an hour and all that. You don't have to say, tomorrow morning from 7 to 8. You don't have to do that. Just find a comfortable location. Even when you're waking up and walking around, you will find moments just to be mindful. know that you're there. If you're buying something, know so many people work for that to come to you. Be thankful inside. There are little things you can do all day long without making it a huge thing that you have to focus on and take all your energies into. Just make it pleasurable, make it a happy moment for you. And meditation, do it for 5 to 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes. When you just start to feel good inside, it's time to leave. You don't want to quit when you're starting to do this number, like, oh man, my leg's falling asleep, my back is hurting. And then, because what happens, mind remembers that. When you go to next time, it will procrastinate. You know what, I'll do it like later on. I'll do it tonight. You want to create a habit, and you will see that it starts to function much better. Excuse me. Any questions on those techniques, please?
So you taught us like 3 ways to do the meditation. The first way is like focus on the nostrils, and the second way is like looking at your thoughts, and the third way is like, again, the breathing in and out. So while I was doing this, like the first one and the third one, like I was able to like follow your instructions, but the second one, where I need to like focus on my thoughts, so that I'm finding very difficult to do. So is this like that is in like an advanced level or something?
Oh yeah, there are several techniques we're going to go through. Okay, and we'll also, next class, we are going to talk about the obstacles that come in our way, and there are antidotes to that. So you can do a meditation on that antidote for that particular problem. Okay, you have anger built into you, or somebody said something long time ago and it's still spinning there somewhere deep in there. Okay, there's so many things that come in your way. Like I said, mind is complex. I'm not going to talk about, there's a whole study out there about 6 mind types, and there are 51 mental factors and how they each relate. It's not the point right now. Right now, the point is first learn to observe that, just to recognize it. If you want to go on a diet, you're going to have to say, I need to lose weight. If you don't say that, then you're not going to lose weight. If you want to start jogging, you got to say, I got to start walking a little bit more. Take a small step. Same way, if your mind is very busy all the time, or it's not able to focus, start by a good intention that I'm going to try to slow my thoughts down. Let me observe them. Where are they going all the time? Why those thoughts occur to me all the time? You can analyze them, and we'll go through analyzation technique. I think if it's not next class, it's the one after. So there's a specific technique, how you can take something and analyze that. Okay, and will help you. These techniques, what I'm just showing you is some basic fundamental things you can do to be comfortable, bring your mind to the place, and some visualization so you can practice. And not everybody can visualize. Some people are not good with that. Some people need something. So, and you'll find a technique that will work for you. The point is, you have to take time, 5 minutes, not half an hour or anything like that, 5-10 minutes in a day. Find yourself a spot that you can enjoy and be calm. You're not under pressure, that you can take a little time, devote to yourself and to your mind. That's what we are learning, right?
In the second exercise, you mentioned something that I think is still confusing me, so I figured I'd ask.
Sure.
You said if you felt that you were able to sort of be focused, to let loose of that slightly.
Okay, so I'm going to...
And I was a little fuzzy on what that meant.
Yeah, so the whole point is transferring from concentration to mindfulness. So in other words, you are here. You are, say, I'm just thinking about this bell right now. My mind goes away, I bring it back to the bell. I go back, it comes back to the bell, so I'm focused on it. Then I'm saying, now, open that up, relax a little bit, and now go out of the bell and just look at the entire picture, right? So it's trying to train you that you can focus when you want to, but also you can go spacious. You can take all your experiences like a beautiful blue sky, right? So it's just showing you how your mind can expand. It can concentrate, it can expand, you manage. And then we brought in the clouds, And then we said the clouds passed away. And then you went back to that blue sky. And here comes another one very quickly, right? So that's the point. The idea behind that mind like a spacious sky is to show you a couple of things. You're visualizing. Sometimes it's hard. What kind of sky? Is it a blue sky, a gray sky? It's a sunrise, it's a evening. Your mind will do funny things. The basic idea is trying to understand that the basic nature of mind is clear, aware. It knows, it experiences, and it reflects. What you choose is what it will reflect. And the idea that you can choose is a power in itself. Think about that. We choose that. We make that mind do that. You chose to come here. You will sit in your car and say, I got to drive back, not north, south. And if that mind gets confused, what happens? You'll wind up somewhere different, right? So mindfulness, concentration, it will help you during your studies, at your work, on your project, anything you do. It just makes your mind stronger that way. That's the whole point. Okay? Better human being. Any questions? Other questions? It's about 20 after 8, and I know the class comes to end at 8:30, and we'll make sure it does. There was a second meditation, which is called Mind Like an Ocean. It is exactly similar to the Mind Like a Sky, but I'm gonna just talk you through it, and you can take that handout, and maybe you can practice it, and we can discuss it next time. So it will walk you through again. You always set an intention, positive intention, that you want to meditate for helping your mind to become good for yourself, and that you're kind and good to everybody else. Expand it big. That mind is amazingly infinite, huge, right? No limit. So expand that out there. Then you feel good about it. Then you start to go through that reading a little bit. It will walk you through looking at the ocean. The waves are like your emotions. They keep on coming and going, coming and going. At some point, the wind dies down, the waves settle down, the turbulence goes away, the dirt has a sedimentary effect, goes down, things become clear, it reflects, and then you visualize that. You can even notice the fishes in there when the mind is busy. When it's thinking, it's saying, oh, fish, a coral, oh, there it is, there's a whale, there's a shark, your mind does that, and that's the nature of mind. But when you just take and start observing ocean as an ocean, that it encompasses so many things, but its real nature is just beautiful, serene ocean. It's the same thing like a sky being spacious and clear. It's very similar in nature. It just it trains you to visualize. People need something. Sometimes it's difficult to just look at something like a space which you can't touch, feel, sense, but ocean you're familiar with. You go to beach or whatever, so you see a nice, beautiful blue ocean, right? It calms people down. So it's a good way, something to look at. But the idea is to understand how vast your mind is and how turbulent these thoughts are in your mind and how you can manage them. And remember, in this breathing technique that we learn, when you have a choice in between the breath, when a thought comes and he says, I choose to like that thought, or let it go. So you can start to even practice. When we do analytical meditation, we will purposely bring in some point of concentration or something to analyze, and then we can look into it. So you can see the mind can do interesting things like that. It can completely look at entire picture, space, clear, nice, or you can choose a subject matter and try to focus. That's what's bugging me. Let's look into this. So the techniques you're walking through are some very fundamental techniques, but they have a very positive effect. Okay, so what I just have one or two more things to say, and then we can talk about what we are going to cover next time. So you should at least feel comfortable with scanning the body, sitting posture, breathing meditation, focusing on that nostril and the breath, right? Some level of visualization. And we also covered today looking at those 3 channels and the energies or the impurities coming out, how to cleanse yourself or be calmer before getting into meditation. It's a great technique. Once you do that and everything comes out, then you feel like you're clean, you're sitting there nicely. So it's a great technique. You can use it. You don't have to use everything. Okay. No matter what you believe in, where you go, these techniques are universal. So you can use it for any way that can help you. Okay. And remember that when you start with an intention, you want to end with a dedication. You hear that me saying that, now let's dedicate this. You know, remember we talked about action, reaction, causes, and conditions. Whenever you throw out something positive, it not only helps you, it helps many. Because it's like an intention at the end. You learn something. It's like a bookend. We talk about a bookend. The books are all over the place. There's a lot of knowledge in there, but they kind of hold together, right? So think of meditation that way. You always want to end with some sort of a dedication, okay? And I'm going to just say it, that we dedicate this positive energy created through the practice that we did today of meditations to becoming a better person who is more at peace in life, who can bring peace to themselves as well as others. Okay, that's a great way to look at it. Next class, we will go through some more meditations. We are going to talk about obstacles, particularly, that may help you. And there are some antidotes to it, how you can apply those antidotes. So that will be the subject matter last time. Again, I would ask you and request you that you find a nice location in your house. Don't make this into a huge task, but whenever you get a chance, take a minute or two, a few minutes, think about where you are, what your mind is like, how are you doing, what drama is playing, what story is taking place, and choose to participate in a positive way or let it go. Just observe it, don't get hooked onto it. So, any questions? So we connected a couple of things, right? We talked about internal being events, how they're closely linked with the external events. We talked about how things have continuum. Things don't come into being. There are causes and conditions. Your actions have motivation that are linked to everything we do and how we function. You want to walk, you have to get up. You have to think about getting up, walk out the door. We kind of talked about that. And we kind of focused on some meditation techniques to calm you down. That was the class today. Okay. Any questions? So I think we are on time. It's 8:30. If you don't have any questions, I will say thank you to everybody.